Okay, this is Rex again, and we are in Video 1, Part 3. I want you to fasten your seatbelts because we're going to get going a little bit faster in this last segment, and it's a very important segment about the costs, how much money is being spent on the web, how much your costs are going to accelerate both now and in the very near future, and how you can save a tremendous amount of money by utilizing the correct strategy. As we began to look at before, this slide where we're seeing how industries are moving into the internet realm with great reserves of money. This shows how companies like AT&T Mobility, this was an unveiled Google snapshot of what happened in June of 2010 as far as some of the major expenditures on the internet for AdWord campaigns. Now it's just one segment, AdWord campaigns on Google, and we see AT&T spending $8 million in just the month of June. You go all the way down to the end and you see a company like ADT Security spending $2 million in the month of June, and all of these others in between, you know, eBay, Social Living, JCPenney, Apollo Group. Apollo Group is the University of Phoenix, spent over $6 million in the month of June on the internet on AdWords alone. This is money that would have in the past gone to print media or TV or radio advertising, is now shifting rapidly to the internet. These are big companies. They understand where the market is going. It's all going to search, and that's where we need to be as well. If we're not in search, we are missing the boat. So let's take a look at what the costs could be and why a unification strategy, what we talked about in videos 1 and 2 of, or Video 1 parts 1 and 2, why this unification strategy can benefit us in this whole equation. Okay, so what it does first of all is it combines our resources. If we work together, we can have a unified campaign that by each of us pitching in a certain amount of money, we can actually share the costs, and we put in an amount that we accumulate and target for a common interest, basically driving a larger audience to our product niche, so that then those of us who participate within this unification process have first crack at it. We combine, we share the costs, we harness the power of the technology that we have, and we create a dominant marketing presence by being together. Obviously, if one of us try to do this alone, the costs are just astronomical, and we'll look at some of that more detailed. But we also can maintain, by being together, a high internet visibility, and we can increase our efficiency. The strategic accumulator social marketing effect enables us to create improved and dominant page ranking on the search engines, as well as draw a bigger audience. Very, very important. We also can build authority relationships with prospective buyers by having the ability to interact with comments and chat and various things that we can bring the conversation together. We can create relationship. We can implement extreme cost containment measures. By working together with common goals, we don't have to replicate those costs over and over again. If each one of us do this, each one of us is replicating the cost to establish an internet presence for pools, for the topic of pools first, and then our company second. This eliminates the topical aspect and grows the audience and allows you to focus on the distinctives of your specific company within that larger group of targeted customers that we have drawn in. It also enables you to recover control of your time. Basically, your time is your most precious commodity. So the big question is, how much is your internet marketing costing you right now? And is it effective? Are you wasting your time? And couldn't you make more money by doing what you do best? Building pools, servicing pools, selling pool equipment and chemicals. That's really where your attention needs to be. So this is a very legitimate question. So let's take a look at the future cost of internet marketing as we see it progressing. In 2001, a keyword strategy using the word swimming pool to establish a page 1, rank 1, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, cost approximately $500 a month on Google AdWords. If we take a look at that same campaign today using Google's AdWord Estimator tool to show the cost of what it would be, we take the same keyword swimming pool, and to achieve page 1, rank 1, we see that if you were going to do it for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, the cost would be $2,624.51 a day. using the keyword estimator from Google. If you take a look, basically there's now 1 million daily searches for the keyword swimming pool. We have a popular industry. We aren't doing a good job of capturing that industry, but that's what the searches are taking place. And with an average cost per click of $1.66, that's $2,634 a day. That's $80,133 a month. Over $80,000 a month to own the keyword swimming pool. Not likely that any single business is ever going to own that keyword again, though you could have back in 2001. Now, if we want to own it, we still can. We have to group together and formulate a pooled resource so that we pool our resources by a small contribution to an advertising campaign that works towards capturing very strategic keywords that elevates the rankings beyond what any of us could ever do alone. Basically, what was $500 per month then is now $80,000 per month now. That's a 16,000% increase in just 10 years. That's the source using Google AdWord Estimator. So we must ask ourselves 5 questions. Why did this happen? That's a good question to ask. Why did this happen? 16,000% increase. Will it happen again? Will it happen again? When will it happen? And how do I protect myself right now? And then how do I stay ahead of the curve in the future? Very good questions. So we have to understand, why did this happen? Well, this happened because this is a technology that has taken off like crazy. Exponential growth on a daily and monthly basis. You see businesses that didn't exist 2 years ago now with millions of people subscribing to them. Every existing strategy now requires one of 2 things. Either that you agree to pay the exponentially increasing costs while incurring an ever-diminishing return, which means costs are going to go up and your return on your investment is going to go down, just like it did in 2001, $500. Today it's $80,000. You get a diminished return because it's highly diluted today, where in 2001 you were almost exclusive and the costs have gone up. Or you're going to invest exponentially increasing amounts of time to achieve the same results. And when I say exponentially, if you think about the value of that $80,000 worth of advertising, you're going to have to offset that in man hours to accomplish it on the web. It's an amazingly powerful tool, the web is, but it can be exhausting in time to really get the results that you want to get. But there is an alternative, and the alternative is what we created in the PoolInfoSite. The PoolInfoSite is a very simple strategy. The simple strategy is to bring everyone together, and the more people who participate together, the more powerful it becomes. Very, very simple. This system gets way ahead of the curve because as we work together, pool our dollars, our resources together, and a very effective minimal time strategy, taking about 10 to 15 minutes of each member's time per week, we can exponentially multiply that time over a larger group to achieve a net result equivalent to hundreds of hours of time, along with some other elements that we bring to this, which we'll completely reveal at the webinar. What about companies like ServiceMagic, Merchant Circle, Yodel, etc.? There's a whole bunch of them out there now. These are directory-based systems. It's a good question to ask. And just in a nutshell, real quickly, we'll take a look at, we'll actually look at ServiceMagic, because many of you have asked me about that and how it compares, and it's very, very different. We're not doing what any of these are doing, though we do have a directory-based system. We have a complete directory. Reasons our directories rank high, so we do have a directory, but there's other aspects of it that rank high as well, and when we combine them, it's exponential high ranking. But ServiceMagic, Yodel, Merchant Circle all have a weakness, and we basically have taken the time to investigate and exploit their weakness. Let's take a look at some of their weaknesses, and we're going to look at 4 of them. Weakness number 1 is they're not industry specific and they're confusing. ServiceMagic, as you can see, here's a list of their category list off of ServiceMagic's website. And you can see there's literally, you know, hundreds of different vendors and industries in there. If I'm going here looking for a swimming pool contractor, I could easily become distracted and go on to some other industry. Oh yes, I need a kitchen remodel, and I may completely get lost before I even get to your industry. So you're going to lose some of the potential customers just by the confusing mess that's there. The second weakness that they have that we can exploit is that they basically promote your competition and other industries. If you take a look, once I've done a search, and I actually did a search for swimming pool builder install, okay, and it takes me to this page. Well, not only does it present the build or install option, it also gives me options of maintain and repair and remodel. And then down below at the bottom of the screen, it gives me bathroom remodel, kitchen remodel, roof gutters, siding. It's already using artificial intelligence, and it's thinking, okay, people who frequently look for swimming pools also look for these other things. Let's serve them up those on the menu as well, and maybe if we don't catch them with swimming pool, we'll catch them with something else. See, Service Magic is thinking about Service Magic. They're not thinking about you, and they're not trying to drive people to the swimming pool industry. They're trying to drive people to Service Magic. There's a real difference in the base philosophy, and that is one of their weaknesses. Weakness number 3 is that basically they greet customers with a form. When you go into Service Magic, you have several clicks to get into it, and then once you've gotten into your specific industry, they greet you with a form you have to fill out with your zip code and what you're looking for. They're pre-qualifying you supposedly, and they're going to ask for your name and address and phone number, and they haven't told you anything yet. They've not showed you the names of the pool companies that are involved. They've not given you any information. They've not shared anything with you. They're just asking, cold calling if you will, and asking you bluntly and forcefully for your information. This turns people off. In fact, your best customers will walk away at this point. The people that tend to fill out forms are the same people who collect every brochure at a home show. They're there because they have nothing else to do, and they're just looking to see what comes in the mail or comes to them by email if they fill out a form. These are not your best customers. This is why the lead quality in Service Magic is so weak. It's why I hear so many reports over and over again why Service Magic is a waste of money. They're charging you per lead, yes, but the lead quality is poor, so what good is that? It's a very expensive form of marketing. Weakness number 4 is basically they discourage customers with effort. If you take a look at this, basically it's taken us a search and 4 clicks to get this far. A search and 4 clicks to get this far, and we're only 33% of the way there. If you take a look up in the red there, this is their measurement. They actually tell you how far you are along. I'm 4 clicks into this. I'm greeted with a form. I'm turned off by the whole process, and I'm only a third of the way there. I am most likely to just turn away and walk on this process. So are you curious about what this Pool Info site is about? I hope you are. I hope you're getting curious, because in our second video, which is going to be coming very soon, we're going to actually uncover in detail a strategy that we capitalize on, and it's a strategy that you can use on your own even without the PoolInfoSite project, even without anything that we're doing. It's something you can do yourself. You'll find it's a little more complex to do yourself, but I'm going to show you how to do it, and it's all using tools that are available to you and resources available to you, and there will be some unique strategies as well that you've never seen before, how to utilize tools together in conjunction to empower them. We're going to give you information to help you start immediately, and we want you then to go on and tell your friends to come and join us as well. So if you will, right now, go down to that form right below this video and fill in. If you haven't already registered for the webinar will be after the second video. We're going to have the webinar. Go ahead and fill out that form and register right now. That's what we're asking you to do, is go ahead and register right now, and we will see you there.